Welcome to my first YouTube video. This is a Lego model of the Sturmgewehr 44 or StG44, first ever assault rifle to go into mass production, excluding the prototypes before that, such as the Maschinenpistole or machine carbine, and the Forerunners of this weapon, such as the MP43 and the MP44. It fired a 7.92 by 33mm round, known as the 7.92 kurz being German for short, because they took the 7.92 by 57mm rifle bullet and they essentially chopped it in half. This allowed the soldier to have more accuracy while firing the weapon, because there was less powder, or less charge in the cartridge. The magazine is detachable, and it will not come loose unless you give it a good deal of shaking. My second version of this is the third version. My second version, the magazine dropped out on my toe, hurt like hell. That's another way for Lego to hurt your feet, with gravity. The bolt and cocking handle works. I added a holding open pin, meaning you can look inside the weapon, or as they would do in real life, they'd look inside the weapon to make sure it's clear before handing it over. I added another few innovations, such as with the pistol grip, it is manoeuvrable. There are 4 pins holding it in place. You remove the front 2 and you can change this to a steeper angle. I prefer this angle though. Front sight post, rear sight post, quite close together. This doesn't make it the most accurate weapon, but most commonly it's the soldier who makes it an accurate weapon rather than the actual sight. Plastic sights, as it's not made of metal, otherwise it would be iron sights. Due to an ingenious system that Kiwdulbf must get the credit for, every time you pull back the cocking handle, a hammer is primed, so when you pull the trigger, a hammer strikes the bolt. Every time you pull it back as well, the ejection port works. Unfortunately, I did not have enough parts for the real system. That's one of the many limitations of Lego which I struck. I had to compromise using flat pieces in order for the bolt to work. If you see that little cream bit there, that's the hammer. If I pull that, it moves forward and strikes. I intend to add several attachments. Those were all parts of the real StG44, the ZF scope, tactical scope, allowing you to engage targets at range. There's the Krummlauf, a bent barrel system allowing you to shoot round corners. It did work, but I'd give it to you and I'd be hiding under the Kevlar blanket while you're shooting it, for after 300 rounds it would blow up in your face. Ingenious though. And there was also the Vampyr, or the Vampyr night scope, an infrared system, allowing troops to fight in the dark. And that's the StG44 for you.